Hi, my name's Sue Ellam. I'm a tarot reader and have been for 25 years. And I'm using the Mythic Tarot, which are based on Greek mythology.
And I'm Carrie Beleno, intuitive Reiki master teacher, spiritual life coach, and I have the questions that we are hoping you're tuning in for. How do I trust others when I've been disappointed so many times?
Okay. All right. This is interesting because this card came up in a question, was it yesterday or the day before? It's about keeping hold of a vision. So you've got to make a decision. Do I want to trust again or don't I? And it's actually, it might seem a bit kind of counterintuitive, but if we've decided that we've been so hurt that we will never trust again, what we've done is we set up the boundaries that is our vision for our future, never ever trusting anybody again, full stop. But if we have made a decision that our lives kind of living solitary or with just a couple of people that haven't let us down or that we're attached to in some ways, then we really have to make a decision. Look, I want, excuse me, I want to communicate with others. Interesting how it caught my throat just as I was about to say communicate. It is being prepared to communicate with others, being open to letting the door open just an inch to let maybe one person in, and then gradually expanding. But we have to have that vision of what it is we want. Do we want to have, we don't have to have masses of friends, especially if you're an introvert. You can just have a couple, have a few, and have a fulfilling life. But it's being prepared to make you be vulnerable, open your heart up to let someone else in. So you need to be, hold on to that vision of what you would like to have some good friends and to walk away from the pain of the past. Because I think, bar none, everybody's been betrayed. Everybody has got baggage. Everybody has been let down, been left, been abandoned at some stage and in some way. This is a human condition. This is something that happens to everybody. But it depends on what we do about it. That is the question. So it's holding on to your vision of what you want your future to be. This is the card of the counselor, the healer. You're possibly very good at helping other people, but you don't let other people help you. This is another element of, I don't trust other people. I don't want to let them in. The thing is about this is if we help other people, how good do we feel when we've given somebody maybe the missing piece of the puzzle, or we've given them a hug when they've really needed one, or we've given them some advice that just what they needed to hear, and or we've gone and done their shopping for them and delivered it because that they weren't able to get out. Whatever it is, how good do we feel when we've actually helped someone else? So if we don't let other people help us, we are denying them that pleasure of how they've managed to help us in some way, and it should be a mutual thing, each of us helping the other, nobody kind of putting themselves kind of aside and saying, well, I'll help you, but no, I don't trust you enough to let you help me. So this is quite a deep, it shows a deep wound, and it could be an inner child wound. So looking at your there's a meditation that people often do with kind of I don't know if they often do. It's one that I know of, that you could imagine yourself walking down a path through trees and through into the woods, and then you get to a lake, and on the side of this lake there's a child. It's you as a child, and you sit with your inner child. You talk to it, and you talk to him or her. Maybe you take a swim in this lake of healing, and you say, I'm really sorry, I didn't protect you, but I couldn't. I didn't know how to at that time, but I will protect you now. I will be there for you. So every time you feel vulnerable or feel, oh, I might get hurt again, because maybe we will in the future, but I will be here to protect you. So if people let you down, that's on them, but it's not going to hurt you, because I will be strong enough for both of us now. And to do a healing with your inner child, that can often help kind of come to terms with anything bad, whatever it is that's happened in the past, and will make your inner child feel safe and secure, which it might never or not have done. And there's something that shamans do as well. It's like soul retrieval. Anytime somebody's been really hurt, they leave a part of their soul at that place. So shamans go and they collect all the bits of the soul to make it whole again. So there's quite a lot of procedures, or quite a lot of things that can be done on a spiritual level to help heal the wounds of the past, things that have affected you so deeply you never want to trust again. There are things that can be done, and help that can be given. It's also important that we don't take on more than we can physically handle. So if you are in a position of really not ever wanting to trust again, just open up just to one person that feels kind, that you have something in common with them. Just gradually let one person in. You don't have to let an army load in, just one person. And then that one person might introduce you to someone else. And then you've let two people in. Take it slowly. Take it to the point that you feel comfortable, and you don't feel overwhelmed. Suddenly all these people have turned up. So just go slow. And this is a card I was wondering whether it was going to turn up, and it did. It's about keeping your heart open and be ready to go on a journey of love. Whether this is a journey with a kind of an intimate relationship or compassion towards other people, but it's about not closing your heart off, because when you close your heart off, you take away the joy of life, the happiness, the fulfillment, because you become an island and nobody can reach you, and eventually they stop trying, because you're never open to have friends and kind of love in your life. So try and keep your heart open, but do try kind of the healing journeys. There's many books that you can read which will help you know what to do. Those are the cards.
Well, a few weeks ago, something that I thought was fairly controversial, and actually had probably more positive comments on that particular video, which was just validation for me. And it was all about us being in a theater, and all of us being actors in each other's plays, and how we have decided as souls that we are going to experience these major life shifts. We're going to experience these people. We've agreed to come into each other's lives and play a particular role, whether it be the antagonist or the protagonist, or perhaps we are the love interest or the savior, whatever. We've all picked these roles that we're playing in each other's lives. So all of these people that you feel that you can't trust anymore, or that have caused you trauma to make you think that you shouldn't trust any longer, have all been strategically placed there by you and them, which means they all played a role somehow in your growth evolution. Somewhere they are teaching you or showing you a new belief system, perhaps a new way of thinking about yourself, perhaps a new way of interacting, communicating, being in relationships. They're all showing us stages of our growth evolution. So rather than to throw the baby out with the bathwater, and say, well, I'm not going to trust anybody anymore, and wearing that badge of honor of being wounded, it's really important to say, okay, well, what did that person show me? Or what did I discover about myself? Or what is a new value or a new belief system that I have gained from that loss or that interaction or that trauma? Instead of making a blanket statement that people can't be trusted, look at people as what they are for you, which is an actor in your play, which is a teacher or a guide, or maybe someone you are supposed to help and serve and guide. So it's much more, think of it more complexly about the play instead of the black and white of trust or not trust. Because Sue's right, it does happen to us all. And it's important that we look at it from an evolutionary standpoint and not from a wounded standpoint. And that's all my notes. I just threw my pen across the room.
Okay.
So I guess I'm done.
I think I'm done as well. So thank you very much for watching, and please do like, subscribe, and share. If this resonated with you at all, it would be much appreciated.
Yep, and if you're listening on my podcast, on Apple Podcast, or perhaps on SoundCloud, please check out the YouTube videos under Carrie Beleno. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, bye.